bit of a talk at the beginning, so you can be in whatever position you'd like. Eventually we're headed towards the lying down position, and I may ask a few things, and if so, you can just call them out into the room then. And if you're at home doing this practice, then you just want to find a comfortable, supported place to lie down with a rest underneath your head so that your forehead is above the level of your chin and above the level of your chest. So that's good, especially for snoring and whatnot. Yeah, and if you hear someone snoring, I like to say check and see if it's you. No. Let's give a few more people coming in. And as I was coming here tonight, I was thinking of the theme of a deeper freedom. And the cool thing about meditation practice is we can take that personally in any direction we want to. And so I'll put that out there as a possible theme to explore in this practice. And you can apply it to any of the levels of inquiry that we do in meditation, which I'll share a little bit about that before we start the practice. This came to me because I was noodling on a situation of my own, and the question came to me, what would a deeper form of freedom in this situation look like? Or what would happen if I busted out into freedom right now? And it was a powerful inquiry question. So in the process of Yoga Nidra, which is basically the process of meditation lying down with a few key differences, what we'll do is we'll walk through a series of inquiries. And so in some meditation you may have experienced where you're sitting in silence, some where you're following the breath or noticing thoughts, etc. This one is a guided practice where we'll walk through these different inquiries, beginning with our intention and circling back to that at the end. But in the guided section, we'll really be looking at if I start this meditation from a sense of wholeness, what would that look and feel like for me? Instead of that kind of end goal thing of I'm doing this so that I can get free, what if I just start at some level of freedom or wholeness, and what would that feel like in my body? And then we'll do a body scan and a set of inquiries into, hi, welcome, come on in, into emotions, cognitions, thoughts, memories, and then also, if you're interested, in inquiry into the sense of self, world, but also, let me just back up. We're walking through this practice with Yoga Nidra. We're starting with intention and then looking at body sensations, breath, emotions, thoughts, or beliefs that you're holding. And then we're going a little bit further and looking at the core holding of sense of self or sense of, it's called ego in meditation, slightly different to call it self. But that core sense of possibly feeling isolated or separate or contracted from the world around you. And then moving into an inquiry on, again, joy and wholeness, and then reconnecting with the intention at the end. So that's the bookends of looking at our intention, and then we'll just walk through the practice. You may fall asleep within 5 minutes and wake up at the end, and that's perfect. So the deal with this is you don't have to stay wakeful, and because you're in this slightly in-between or liminal state, if you do fall into states of sleep, you're still hearing it at some level. And so I would like everyone to feel that full freedom to fall asleep if you'd like. And also, if you'd like to really surf with the inquiry that I'm making, then you can let my voice kind of become your voice and make the inquiry inwardly yourself. But this theme of a deeper form of freedom I was thinking to apply that in the meditative context and look at, if you consider your life right now, is there one specific aspect or area, an emotion or a situation, or something kind of all around or general, where there's an invitation to a deeper freedom? So I'll just give a moment and you can check in inwardly with that to see if anything comes to you. And the cool thing about freedom is that we only know it through our bodies. And so doing a meditation practice that's based in somatic awareness and sensations in the body gives us more access to understand even what freedom would feel like were we to bust out into it. We only know it through our felt experience, through our firsthand experience. So, is there anything anyone would like to leave this practice with or without? And you can feel free to say it into the room, or name it inwardly. Is there anything you'd like to leave here feeling or not feeling?
Kind of the space that you feel right when you're about to go to sleep. I notice there's just kind of very different, it's sort of a momentary kind of freedom in that, in that in-between space, and kind of opening up to that part of me.
Great. Beautiful intention. That in-between space right before you fall to sleep, and there's something that happens, a felt sense in your body.
Frees up,
something frees up, Yeah, and the practice of Yoga Nidra is really working with that, where you're going in and out of that state throughout the practice. And so feel free to let yourself go in and out of that and explore what that's like. Yeah, anybody else? You want to leave behind or leave here feeling? It's nice just to make the inquiry inwardly. So we'll begin the practice, and I'll guide us for about probably 45 minutes or so, and feel free to, if you need to make any adjustments during the practice, you can. If you need to get a blanket, anything. And there's no correct way to do this, so find yourself in the position that you feel most comfortable. You can begin by getting maybe 5% more comfortable than you are currently, if that's bringing your shoulder blades down your back a little bit, or even squeezing and releasing the fists. You can have your hands placed on your chest or by your sides, palm up or down. And you can allow your eyes to close. If there's a reason you'd like to, feel free to leave your eyes open as well. There's no correct way, as I said. And begin by taking a few rhythmic breaths. So we'll breathe into the crown of the head, and then exhale all the way down to the soles of the feet. You may have experienced, as we were talking earlier, something like this in yoga, simply breathing in, crown of the head, exhaling, soles of the feet. And do that to your own count for 3 more breaths. It actually takes patience and presence to follow your own breath in as you attend to your body. Feeling the support beneath you, the surface. Can you feel a sense of holding? So if there's any extra tension or tightening in your body, you can allow yourself to release a little bit into the surface that supports you. Allow all of your senses to be open. So we'll begin by considering the sense of sight. So your eyes may be closed, but can you sense the shadow or light that plays across your eyelids if they're closed? And can you let go of any grasping behind or around the eyes so that the sense of sight is open, kind of a spacious feel? We'll do this with the rest of the senses. So touch, the sense of air on your skin or the weight of your body, the backside of your body on the surface that supports you, feeling touch. Sound, so the sound of my voice, other sounds inside the room, outside the room, sound of your breathing. Can you feel as if the sound is coming to you? So there's no grasping with your ears, you're relaxing any sense of straining and simply receiving sound with your whole body. Taste, smell. So all the senses are open. And your breath coming and going, perhaps 2 more of those inhales to the crown of the head, exhaling as you ripple all the way down the body to the soles of the feet. So inhaling all the way back up, crown of the head, exhaling, soles of the feet. Checking in with your intention. So perhaps to explore that liminal state just before falling asleep and the freedom that opens up in that. Perhaps just to have this experience just as whatever comes up for you. And your intention could be something as specific as working with a challenging thought, emotion, or situation, body sensation. So name this intention inwardly. It's kind of an anchor for your practice. We'll begin from that felt sense of wholeness. So in other words, other phrases could be something like a sense of ease, feeling I can be myself, or parts are integrated. There's a feeling of wholeness in this moment, no matter what's in my inner life right now. Can you tune in with a part of you that feels connected to or even slightly in touch with a feeling of wholeness? Where disparate parts are no longer kind of fragmented, but held in a whole. Any word or phrase or image, memory may come up as you consider this quality of wholeness. But this is where we'll begin the meditation, and if there's a challenge in connecting with that, no worries, we'll come back to it throughout the practice. So before doing any kind of further breath practices, simply notice that you're breathing in this moment. Can you feel the flow of the breath coming in and out without changing or controlling the breath? Feeling of the body breathing itself in a way. We connected in with an intention, open senses, connecting with a sense of wholeness. Now just feeling the simple felt sense of breathing in and out. Notice the quality of your breathing, and whether it's your belly lifting or your chest. If you'd like, you can get subtle as you inquire with the breath. The flow of it as it comes in and out. Even dropping the word breath or breathing and simply feeling the sensation of that without the label. As we begin the meditation, that invitation to see, is there some part of my life that there is an invitation for a deeper form of freedom? It may be with a stuck emotion or thought or situation, and it may be something more core about who you are in the world. So if that resonates for you, allowing yourself to attune to any invitations throughout the meditation practice, which are inviting in this deeper form of freedom as a felt sense in your body. Let's do a body scan. We'll begin with sensation in the jaw and end in the feet. And as I name, systematically we'll rotate attention through the body and name body parts. Notice any sensation that you feel as I name that part, including nothing. So even nothing is something. It's numb. And the idea is not to force a relaxation, but rather to inquire, is there any tension or holding that were I to feel it more subtly and deeply, it would release? So the practice of non-sleep deep rest, while it can be very relaxing, is not a imposed form of relaxation. It's an invitation to the tension to open. So we'll begin with the jaw and feel the sensation in the jaw. You may move your jaw around a little bit and just check and see, is there any holding or tension that I could feel in this moment in my jaw, and were I to feel it, it would release a little bit. Feeling that as a felt sense, again, it's a sensation. Again, noticing the breath as it comes and goes, and bringing attention now to your ears, your left ear first, and then your right ear. And then both ears at the same time. So your mind can't be on two objects easily at once. So can you sense both ears simultaneously? You may feel just inside or around the ears. Even there, any holding or tension may release. Feeling your cheeks and your nose, the breath coming in and out of your mouth or nose. Bring attention now to your eyes. First your left eye, and then your right eye. And then both eyes at the same time. So drop thinking, simply sense both eyes and any sensation behind or around your eyes. There's no judgment here, again, or correct way to do it. It's just sensing eyes. This practice does take patience of allowing your attention to rest on body sensations as we rotate attention through your body. So sensing now your whole face and your forehead, crown of your head. And sense from behind your eyes, and with an exhalation, feel all the way through the midline of your head to the back of your head and then down to your neck. And can you feel if there's any subtle tension or holding in your neck that holds your head away from the surface? If so, can you allow that to release? Sensing down into both shoulders. And we'll pair breathing and body sensing now. So bring attention to your left shoulder. Take an inhale. Pause at the top of the inhale, attention in your left shoulder, and then exhale all the way down your left arm into the palm of your left hand. So here you may squeeze and release your left fist. But all of your attention is absorbed in your left arm and your left hand as you breathe in and out. So notice any sensation in your left arm and hand. You may feel a pulsing or a spaciousness. Allow your attention to move over to the right shoulder, taking an inhale. Pause at the top of the inhale. And exhale all the way down your right arm into the palm of your right hand. You may squeeze and release the right fist. All of your attention is absorbed in your right arm and right hand. Your breath flowing in and out. So you're feeling the sensation as possibly a pulsing or a radiance. It could be numb, whatever's here in your right arm and right hand. Now here again, we'll just let go of any thinking or trying and simply sense both shoulders. Take an inhale. Pause at the top of the inhale and then exhale down both arms into the palms of both hands. You can squeeze and release the fists. All of your attention is absorbed in both arms, both hands. Just welcoming whatever's in your experience in this moment. Bringing attention to your whole torso, so your upper back and your lower back, your chest and your belly. Exploring within your torso any spaciousness, any holding or constriction, with a quality of kindness and care as you simply feel the felt sense of your back, chest, belly. Noting the feeling of your breath coming and going. Coming back to the sensation of it's like your body is being breathed. There's no need to control the breath. Now bring attention to your left hip and take an inhalation. Pause at the top of the inhale. And then exhale all the way down the left leg to the left foot, the sole of the left foot. So as you breathe in and out, all of your attention is absorbed in your left leg, left foot. Feeling perhaps a radiance of sensation. If you even drop the idea of your leg and simply feel the felt sense of it as you breathe in and out. We'll do the same thing, bringing attention to the right hip. Take an inhale. Pause at the top of the inhale, and then exhale down the right leg into the sole of the right foot. So as you breathe in and out, all of your attention is absorbed in your right leg, right foot. Again, here you may even let go of the idea or concept or visual of your leg and simply feel the felt sense, the radiance of sensation in your right leg, right foot. Another felt sense exploration, so letting go of any thoughts and bring attention to both hips. Take an inhale, pause at the top of the inhale, and exhale, sensing both legs and both feet simultaneously. Noticing what you come upon. Feel the whole body simultaneously. So welcome in your whole body globally. Crown of the head to soles of the feet. Whole front side of your body as you breathe in and out. Back side. Feel into the left side. And then across the midline into the right side. As you consider and feel the whole body as a radiance of sensation. If you were to feel simultaneously into the center of you and the periphery, what do you notice? You may find that the border of the felt sense of your body is diffuse. Feeling into the space around the body. Feel the breath as it comes and goes naturally, gently. Welcoming in any sense of rest or ease, wholeness. You could rest back into as if there's nothing to do in this moment. Nowhere to be, no body to be. Nothing to know or get. What's it like to allow your whole body, mind to rest and relax? Feel even held by the surface that supports you. Perhaps there's a felt sense of this inquiry with a deeper freedom. Checking in to see your whole body globally. Are there any invitations toward a deeper freedom? Could be in judgments you hold, or even simply in the release of tension, in the release of subtle holdings. To allow the meditation practice to work on you, as it were, so that you're really receiving the benefits of the practice as you rest here. Inquire and notice, are there any emotional tones present that would like to be welcomed in this moment? Perhaps a feeling comes up or a word comes up, and if so, feel the correlate in your body, the felt sense of the emotion that's asking to be met or welcomed. Just mindfully in this meditation practice. It might be subtle, it might not have a name, but we're opening the door and inviting in any emotions or moods that would like to be met, seen, and acknowledged in this moment. And as you meet this emotion or feeling tone with a quality of kindness, of care, so you simply turn toward it and feel it in your body. Perhaps dropping in that question of, is there a deeper form of freedom that this emotion or feeling tone is asking or inviting of me in this moment? Freedom to feel it all the way through. Freedom to hold it in this larger container of wholeness. Freedom to even listen. What this emotion might have as a message. So again, feeling your whole body from the crown of the head all the way to the soles of the feet, and the breath flowing in and out. Feeling again perhaps that cascade of sensation from the jaw, circling around the head, whole back of the body down to the soles of the feet, perhaps back up the front of the body. As you meet and welcome this emotion, and if no emotion is present, no problem, simply follow your breath in and out with this kindness, this kind attention. And just thanking this emotion or feeling and acknowledging, making any commitments to it if you'd like to circle back later. And if you'd like, you can move on in this inquiry practice. First, checking back in with that sense of rest or being held by the surface that supports you. It's really no agenda, just exploring the firsthand experience. Turning towards this inquiry of any thoughts, cognitions, memories, or images. You allow from the meditation practice something to arise in your experience, something that wants to be seen or acknowledged, a particular thought or image or memory. It could be archetypal, like a mountain or a campfire. The lake. It could be a specific memory that you have that's asking to be seen or acknowledged from the day or from long ago. And as you meet and welcome this thought or image, do the same. So you're feeling the correlate in your body of how does it feel and land in you when you see this image or thought. Welcoming it in with that kind attention, without agenda, just being with it. Even if it's a judging thought, anything, simply being with what's here. And asking too with this inquiry, is there a deeper form of freedom that I'm being invited to as I see this image or think this thought and feel the accompanying felt sense in my body? The thought itself could switch into an inverse thought, or another image could come, or it could remain the same. So there's no, again, correct way to do this. We're simply leaning in to the psyche and asking, is there a deeper form of freedom? It's being asked or invited through this image, memory, thought, cognition. Just patiently noticing what comes to you in your experience. Just welcoming it with an open heart, mindful attention. Again, circling back to that body scan where we began in the jaw and then up to the forehead, crown of the head, down the back of the body to the all the way to the soles of the feet, and then up the front of the body. As you notice your breath coming and going, an emotional tone that's come and gone, and then this thought or image here. That same welcoming presence attending to your inner life. Asking gently if there's any action to take, or if it feels right to let this thought or image go, making any commitments to it to circle back at another time. And then can you feel back into this restful presence that's here? The space between waking and sleeping, space between thoughts, emotions, body sensations. And can you allow yourself to rest in that? Maybe without agenda, meaning resting openly, curious, mindful qualities of kindness. And practicing the patience of being with your firsthand experience, the felt sense of your body, your breath. As we add an inquiry here into, is there any core holding, core identity piece, the way you're holding self together, self and world, that would like to be seen or acknowledged in this moment? Notice what appears to you. It could be an image that appears, or it could be a felt sense of a contraction, a hiding, a running. Just notice any images that come as you consider core ways that you hold identity together most essentially. Just welcoming in and noticing as a felt sense in your body as you experience this. It may be so subtle that there's not a name for it, and it's a very subtle sensation, or it may be very obvious. Whatever it is, if there is something here for you, attend to it with that wholeheartedness, that kindness, mindful awareness. Bringing a feeling of spaciousness around this core gesture, posture, holding, contraction. What if this too is welcome just as it is, not needing it even to change? Or just allowing it to flower and be in your experience in this moment. And asking again with that inquiry, is there a deeper freedom here that is being invited of this part of me, this core contraction or holding, that it itself is inviting you into? What if freedom busted out in this moment with this inquiry? What would that look like? It's being so bold as to allow all possibilities in this moment in your felt experience. So you consider body, crown of the head, down the back of your body to the soles of the feet, and then up the front of your body. Breath coming and going, emotions coming and going, images, memories coming and going, thoughts. Even this core identity piece coming and going in your awareness. Could you allow at any level of subtlety in your body an opening to all of this simultaneously, in the same way that you feel your whole body globally opening to your entire experience simultaneously? Feeling perhaps any energy moving through your body, any shifts, something gets stronger, lighter, whatever it is in your experience. Can you allow this full play to occur within your awareness? Feeling again simultaneously into the center and periphery of you. As you do so, perhaps it may be hard to find borders, boundaries. You may feel this quality of spacious openness. Paying attention to your heart. And we'll check in with the quality of joy. You could have another word for it, so peace, equanimity. So if you feel into your heart and the felt sense, and you invite in and check in to see, is there a sense of equanimity, peace, joy? What do you discover? Again, here, even emotions or images may arise. So you consider the felt sense of joy. So these are all inquiries you're making. If it doesn't resonate, come back to the breath, come back to the body, being here, qualities of rest, ease. And what if this joy was also inviting this deeper form of freedom? What would that look like if you ask? Is there a deeper form of freedom in the firsthand experience of joy and equanimity for me right now in this moment? And then what if all the inquiries are let go of? You simply have that firsthand experience of being here, being alive, resting open, nothing to do, just being. You allow yourself a quality of resting, this feeling of being. For the next several breaths, the next few minutes. You may notice your attention drawn different places. Allow your attention to move freely and then come back to this quality of resting, this sense of being. Very simple, awake, aware. timeless, spacious. Sensing again the jaw, all the way up to the crown of the head, down the back of the body to the soles of the feet, up the front of the body. Coming back to your intention and noticing how is that now. And picture yourself going through the rest of your evening, completing this practice, leaving here, perhaps driving, riding your bike, whatever you're doing, going into the evening, eating, going to sleep, and carrying this background quality of being, awareness, of even minor or more significant feelings of inner freedom with you all the way through your evening into bed. Before we close the meditation practice, asking, is there anything that is important to be acknowledged in this moment before I close my practice? Just see if anything appears to you. Is there anything that would like to be acknowledged before I close my practice? And take your time with this as you inwardly, in whatever way feels right to you, begin to close the meditation practice. And we'll go very slowly from here. So Let yourself finish that inner question. And then, even if the formal meditation practice is closed, can you let yourself stay in touch with that stillness before needing to move? So acknowledging a shift from the practice, but letting that stillness begin to move you when you're ready. Maybe little movements in your fingers and toes. You perhaps want to lie still for longer. There's no rush. We have a lot of time, so letting yourself take all the time you need to continue resting here. If you'd like to begin slowly moving, you can see if your knees want to come towards your chest, and you may roll off to the side just as a possible invitation for a movement. So in this non-sleep deep rest practice, where part of it is notion of moving slowly and allowing that time, not rushing. So we'll come out and have a little time for reflection. If you'd like to start moving back towards a seated position. And Katie, if you don't mind, we'll close the live stream now. And thanks for those of us who have joined online. And we'll have time for us to have some reflection time.